that said assignment over algorithm. And I feel like just the world that we're living in with social media nowadays, we're basing our success, we're basing our value and what we bring to the table off of what we see other people doing on social media, and we shouldn't be doing that. So I'm just like, people are really out here doing it at different levels, okay? At different levels, and that's the reason why I ask people that question during the rapid fire. How do you measure your success? Because everybody's success is not measured in the same way, and what I'm noticing is like a lot of people's success is not even measured in coins, in the monetary aspect. It's measured in the value and the impact that they have. But yeah, I'm really, really passionate about grants right now because there are so many opportunities out here for us as beauty pros to get money, free money, other people's money that you don't have to pay back, and you could be using it towards growing your business, investing in your kit, whatever you have to do for your business. You could be using grants to do that, and I am all about the grant game now. So if you want some of those resources, make sure you join us inside of the Trailblazers Club, because
Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, a safe space for ambitious beauty industry creatives to have real talk, get authentic answers, and practical tools to grow their businesses. Join me every week as me and my special guest reveal the keys to longevity and success in the beauty industry, from the ups and downs of their journey to the nitty-gritty of their struggles and triumphs. We're spilling the tea on it all, and most importantly, having fun while doing it. You ready?
hey, what's up? It's your best friend in beauty here, Aquia Robinson. Welcome back to another episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. I am so happy to have you here, and I hope you're listening to this episode in high spirits and in good health. Now, on today's episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast, I have a very special episode for you because it's just me. It's just little old me, your best friend in beauty, coming here to chat with you because your girl did not do any podcast interviews for the month of July, except for one, which is the one that you saw last week with my girl Kim Baker, my big sis in beauty. So what normally happens is, if you haven't seen it by now, go ahead and check out my podcast summit vlog. I went to the podcast summit for the second year, and what I did last year was, after doing the podcast summit, I was like, you know what, I need to take a break. I need to let all of this information simmer, and I'm not going to do any more interviews because I learned so much last year, and there was so much that I learned that I wanted to implement going forward, that I was like, I'm going to just take a break. And the same thing happened this year. Kim slid in there and scheduled her interview before I actually blocked off my calendar, but it was the same thing this year. I went July 4th and 5th. I knew it was going to be jam-packed with information, and I just wanted to give myself a moment to simmer and simmer in that information, absorb everything that I need to learn, and just move forward with a clean slate of things that I want to implement. And luckily enough, I already had interviews that were already batch recorded, in a sense, like interviews that were already backed up leading up to me taking that month off. So I'm very, very grateful for that. So this is me in that in-between moment of getting some interviews lined up again to be able to release. Full transparency, I had 2 interviews that I was supposed to do last week. One of them canceled last minute, and then the other one we had to reschedule. So those interviews would have been the ones leading back into me releasing new episodes that were newly recorded, but I digress. This gives me the perfect opportunity to come and chat with y'all, to catch you up on some things, and to have like a little chit chat, a little small conversation. This isn't going to be a super long episode, but I am just really, really grateful. Let me start here, but just expressing my gratitude. I'm just so appreciative for this platform. I don't know if I told you all this before, but doing the Friends of Beauty podcast has been able to put so many things into perspective for myself, just by being able and being in a position to chat with so many beauty industry professionals and brand owners, and just hear their stories, hear their challenges, hear the things that they're doing that are, going well. It has put things into perspective for me because y'all, I used to be so wound up tight, just wanting things to go a specific way every single time. And just to hear other people's journeys and just knowing like everything is not going to go according to plan all the time. But in the end, if you're consistent and persistent, you have faith, things will definitely work out for you. Oh my God, that conversation that I had with Kim last week was just so incredible. And I am genuinely excited for her launch on HSN today. So if you're watching the Friends of Beauty podcast on a Wednesday, August 14th, when this episode is actually coming out, that means that 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, Kim is going to be launching Glamazon Beauty on HSN. So I've already queued my TV up. I done found the station. I know I saved it under my favorites. So when that time comes, I can be tuned in. I'm just so excited for her, and just being able to have, different conversations with beauty pros. I'm just like, people are really out here doing it at different levels, okay? At different levels. And that's the reason why I asked people that question during the rapid fire. How do you measure your success? Because everybody's success is not measured in the same way. And what I'm noticing is like a lot of people's success is not even measured in coins, in the monetary aspect. It's measured in the value and the impact that they have. And that brings me to one thing that I did want to talk about today. I only have like three things that for sure, two or three things for sure that I wanted to touch on, but I want to touch on value, because I've come into contact with a lot of my friends in beauty who hold tremendous value, but for whatever reason they don't think that they do. And I don't know who this is for in particular, but I do want to share, and I do want to tell you right now that your value is not determined by your current circumstances, okay? And I want to repeat that, maybe in a different way. Your current circumstances do not determine the value that you bring to the table. And I want to share that because I know in particular of certain friends of beauty of mine who have confided in me and shared personal information. So whether it is that you have lost your job recently, whether it is maybe you don't live in your own current home, maybe you don't live in a home right now, maybe you are homeless, like you don't have a home of your own. Maybe, you just started off in the industry. Maybe you just been grinding and you're just feeling less than. I don't know what it is. Maybe you have a eviction notice on your door. Remember, Kim talked about that in the last episode, though. Just waiting for that eviction notice to come, but keeping the faith. No matter what your current circumstances is or are, I don't know the proper grammar. Don't judge me for that. I'm just speaking from the heart right now. I just want to share that your current circumstances don't determine the value that you hold. You still hold tremendous value. You are still able to teach people from whatever your journey is, your current whatever the circumstances that have brought you to this point. You still hold those experiences, and you hold value that nobody else can bring to the table based off of the experiences that you have been through. I just wanted to share that because I know that some friends in beauty have shared with me that like maybe they didn't pursue a certain job, or maybe they didn't pursue going to a specific event, or maybe they didn't pursue speaking to this person in particular because of where they are. They're not feeling confident in themselves because of the current circumstances that they are in. But what I'm trying to say is, don't let that hold you back. You hold tremendous value no matter what your current circumstances are. Those circumstances are temporary. The value that you bring is not, okay? Just go ahead and step out of that comfort zone, or step out of your head for a moment and serve the people that are meant to be served by you. I had a post of the other day that basically I borrowed it from Maddie James. I believe she's like a coach, a business coach. I do follow her on Instagram, but I borrowed it from her that said assignment over algorithm. And I feel like just the world that we're living in with social media nowadays, we're basing our success, we're basing our value and what we bring to the table off of what we see other people doing on social media, and we shouldn't be doing that. We don't know what those people do behind the scenes and, to prepare themselves to show up the way that they do. But assignment over algorithm. Stay true to and focus on the people that you are supposed to be serving. Stay true to the mission that you were sent here for, and don't get distracted too much. I know it's hard to say don't get distracted, but I say don't get distracted too much and let social media deter you from that mission that you're on individually. You hold tremendous value, and I don't want to see you diminish that by getting drowned by your current circumstances. You will get out of that, and that value that you bring is going to shine so bright, but you can let it shine bright now regardless of where you are. I just wanted to share that. I don't know who that's for, but You have to trust the journey. That's one thing that I learned from Kim, just this last conversation that we had with her, just saying like, it's somebody out there who needs to understand that you have to start at what you may perceive as the bottom right now, because what you're going to learn here while you're trying to get here, like all of that learning in the middle is what's going to be needed to sustain you when you get to the top. But if you try to skip over all of that, it's going to be very hard for you to sustain that success once you get there. So don't underestimate the journey at all. You need the journey. Enjoy the journey, the good, the hard, the challenging, all the different aspects of it. Enjoy it, because once you get to where you want to be, is you're going to be like, oh, that needed to happen. I needed to go through this in order to be able to execute this. Like, it's going to make so much sense. But if you skip over it, you're going to lose all those things that's building that character for that person that needs to sustain the success once you get there. So yeah, I don't know where that came from. I never really know what I'm saying until I listen back to these episodes, but I do want to say your current circumstances do not determine the value that you have, okay? Like, you'll be surprised. There's a lot of people, and we have to stop holding people up so high sometimes, because the people that we do put on the pedestal, you have no idea what their current or whatever circumstances they hold. Another thing is I wanted to share with y'all that I'm really, really, truly excited about is grants. This is a whole different topic, but I am super duper pumped up about grants right now. I have been applying for grants. I have been winning grants. I will share that with you very soon, but I have been sharing like grant resources inside of the Trailblazers Club. There's a grant that I have had my members applying for every single week for $1,000. Okay, $1,000 grant that gets given away every single week. I drop the link inside of the Trailblazers Club every single week for my tribe. Um, but yeah, I'm really, really passionate about grants right now, because there are so many opportunities out here for us as beauty pros to get money, free money, other people's money that you don't have to pay back, and you could be using it towards growing your business, investing in your kit, whatever you have to do for your business. You could be using grants to do that, and I am all about the grant game now. So if you want some of those resources, make sure you join us inside of the Trailblazers Club, because like I said, I drop the $1,000 grant every single week, and then also any grant that I see, like even if you aren't a part of the Trailblazers Club and I come across a grant that I think benefits you, I've sent grants over to my friends in beauty that have hair brands and everything like that, because I genuinely want to see my friends in beauty do well. I want to see them win. And I know that a lot of makeup artists in particular don't see the benefits of getting grants and everything like that. But all those things I just mentioned, anything that you're paying out of pocket for currently, whether it's your business expenses, your kit, maybe hosting classes, hosting events and stuff like that, you could be using grant money to execute those things. So I recently won a grant. I'm not ready to share about it yet, because I told them I'm waiting for those coins to hit my account before I officially make the announcement. But I can't wait to share it with you all, because it's actually one of the grants that I shared with my email list. I shared it on Instagram and everything like that. So I'm sharing these things with y'all. I'm applying for them too, and I actually won. It was my first time applying for a grant on my own. No, not my first time. It was my second time applying for a grant on my own, and I won. So I'm looking forward to bringing in some of those resources as well inside of the Trailblazers Club. I'm going to find someone who can teach us about applying and writing grants officially. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you join us inside of the Trailblazers Club, because yeah, that's where it's going down. So before I go, I told y'all this is a really quick episode. I know exactly what I want to talk about, but I do want to share some 5-star reviews with you all, because people have been leaving their reviews for the Friends in Beauty podcast. So let's start from, I'm gonna do like the top 3 or the last 3 that were submitted. So I told you all, if you submit a 5-star review on the Friends in Beauty podcast, then I will read your review and give you a shout out on the show. Oh, before I do that too, before I read the reviews, I sent out an email and I put it on Instagram, but I don't think I said it on the podcast. I'm about to start doing a new segment asking for a friend, okay, where it's just going to be a Q&A segment where you can write in and have me read your letter on the show. I can give you a shout out, or if you want to remain anonymous, you can put like a little alias name inside of your email if you don't want people to know it's you asking the question. But I am currently taking submissions for the new Q&A segment that's going to be happening here on the Friends of Beauty podcast. So all you have to do is send an email to podcast@friendsandbeauty.com with the subject line asking for a friend, and submit your question in great detail so that I can read it on the podcast. The more detail, the better. I can read it on the podcast. I'm really curious to see who's going to be the first person to submit their question for the new segment. Okay, so go ahead and get those turned in. Podcast@friendsandbeauty.com. Okay. So let me read a few of these reviews. This one is from Stargirl85 and it's titled My Favorite Beauty Podcast. It's a 5-star review. It says, I always wanted a podcast that I could go to as a makeup artist and have someone who understands the industry. Aquia does a great job as the host, and she's just as genuine and bubbly in person. I really enjoyed this most recent episode with the psychologist. It hit me on another level because I'm currently in a psychology program at the same university she went to. #HU. And we talking about the real HU. I didn't go to HU, but I know a lot of people that went to the real HU, and we're talking about Howard University. So shout out to HU, period. The next one, the title is Great Podcast, and this is from Marley821. 5-star review. Says this podcast is such a great resource for beauty professionals and creatives. I enjoy listening every week. Thank you. Aquia is such a great host, and I love the content that she presents every week. Thank you so much, Marley821. I appreciate it. And the last one, I love the title. It's called Obsessed. Okay, because if you're not obsessed, what else are you? So this one is from Wevo4577. I hope I said that right. And it says, I'm a founder of a beauty brand. Therefore, I'm obsessed with Friends in Beauty podcast. I love Aquia's personality. The questions are structured well. I learned so much, and I'm happy to be a part of your tribe. Thank you so much, Wevo4577. So, yes, if you have a review that you would like to leave, you can leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe on YouTube, leave a comment on the episodes. I have been told that you cannot leave, or there's nowhere to leave a 5-star review on Spotify. So if you do have something that you want to share and you're listening on Spotify, just share it on your story and tag Friends in Beauty that way, and I'll make sure that I will take that as your review and read it on the show. All right, so that is it for today. I just want to take the opportunity to just hop in here really quick because I know that you all do enjoy my solo episodes, which I promise I have those coming soon. Y'all just got to let me know if you prefer it to be on video or is audio okay, because y'all know I'm not a makeup girly like that. So if you want it to be on video, let me know if it's okay if I show up sometime with no makeup on and just record an episode for you real quick, because yeah, I don't want to say it's a struggle, but I don't be wearing makeup like that. So if I feel like I have to like show up, you know, with makeup and stuff, then I might not record an episode. So yeah. Anywho's, I just wanted to hop in here really quick and say hello to my people, and make sure y'all stay tuned because we got new episodes rolling out next week. Like I said, make sure you are tapping in and checking out the Friends of Beauty Trailblazers Club. Every single month we have a breakout session or a masterclass, and we're just really building community, and I'm just providing a really cool space for you all to continue to learn in your beauty industry, your beauty business in the industry, connect with some really cool people, really dope people who want to support and hold you accountable throughout your goals and pursuing your dreams. Make sure you tune into the Friends of Beauty podcast every single Wednesday. Also check out the Friends of Beauty YouTube channel because I do vlogs, and I'm starting to get back into doing some sit down videos. I just released a video on how to pack your makeup kit to travel. Check bag versus carry-on bag. So I know that's a question that we get a lot, so make sure you check out that video and let me know what you think. And until next time, I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Friends in Beauty podcast. Don't forget, sharing is caring. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with another friend in beauty. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, rate, and leave a 5-star review so that other friends in beauty can find the show. Plus, we'd love to hear your feedback. Connect with us on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty, hashtag Friends in Beauty to join the conversation, and join our Friends in Beauty Facebook community to stay connected. Talk to you soon.